Hey guys, it's 8:50 p.m. on August the 18th, Sunday, 2024. It's been a very big day for me. I got up early, about 8 a.m., applied for some jobs on the internet, checked update of jobs and so forth, and then went off to some cans and so forth in order to survive due to the economy and so forth. It started off very nice. I went down to a place to cash some cans and so forth. Made about $5, and I got one of the coffees, which is cool. There were two racist remarks made at me in the Quebec side, and I just ignored it. Just focused on cashing the cans. What was really disturbing is coming from Quebec back to Ontario. One of them was a nurse. She spoke both French and English, mentioning native drunk and mentioning native prostitute. Not about me, but talking about someone else, possibly. I'm not sure. And that kind of disconcerted me about her conversation about Indigenous people. Like, she's obviously not part of this. She wasn't Canadian, I don't think, but she was a nurse. And that is very disconcerting. I don't know about that. But that's another story. Maybe she's talking about defending them. Maybe she's talking about the fact that Indigenous people are targeted for prostitution by human trafficking rings, possibly as well. Or is it a case of racism? Who knows? I don't know. But it kind of disconcerted me when she was talking about this on this bus on the way to Ottawa. I'm not sure who's coming off the shift from Quebec going to Ottawa or going to shift from Quebec to Ottawa. She didn't look tired. She had a fresh, full face of makeup, fresh lip gloss. So I assumed that she was going to work somewhere in Ottawa. I don't know. Because after a long shift in nursing, they tend to be stressed out and don't have the time to make themselves look so pretty with makeup and lip gloss and everything. So I assumed she was going to work or starting work in the morning. I don't know. I do not know, but who knows? I hate to say this, but the newcomers to Canada have to be educated about the trauma that Indigenous people and what people go through, and not call them native drunks or native prostitutes. Like I talked to you guys before about this. There's a lot of trauma for a lot of people. Residential people go through a lot of trauma. I'm a Six Scoop member. I've gone through trauma. But I am proud to say I do not do drugs. I do not prostitute. And I collect cans for a living to get by. Speaking of which, when I was in my neighborhood today cutting cans early on in the evening, I got so many comments of me being a prostitute. Dressed like this, I wasn't biking. I was wearing my little vest and my long tights here with my running shoes. Long tights and running shoes and so forth. But yeah, there were these two people coming out of the place when I was getting some cans with a big bag of cans, obviously. And the first thing they said, oh yeah, she's native. Oh, she must be a prostitute. Yeah, she's probably a prostitute. So obviously I was collecting cans. That is the most blindest source of racism. And as I was collecting cans, there were two dimwits, crackheads. And they were obviously high or out of it or whatever, talking how they're getting their lives in order. And as I walked by with my bag of cans, oh yeah, that's a native whore right there. idiots. And they're crackheads and meth heads, and they're saying trying to get lives in order. And when I walk by, they make a racist remark toward me. I mean, come on, guys. You guys have problems. I don't go walking by saying, oh, meth heads, crackheads, and everything. I don't say anything. You guys have problems. I do not make remarks. And yet everyone's making a remark about indigenous person. Trying, it's just crazy. It's just every day. Precisely, there were about 3 racist remarks in Quebec, but there were 10 racist remarks in my neighborhood in the Vanier area when I was collecting cans. Mind you, this area is known for indigenous people, Inuit people prostituting a couple of years ago. And as I mentioned in the last stream, human traffickers tend to place these people in these areas before. So that's probably just a natural reaction because prostitution was a problem in that area. But come on. I'm carrying a big bag of cans, carrying bags of cans. You hear the cans rustling as I walk by. Give me a break. That is called racism blindness, where they say things that are so obviously not what it is. Racial profiling can be blind as well, which is very, very sad. I thought Quebec would be worse, but actually, aside from grocery store A incident, and the other two are really awesome. They really rock. They really are so good. It comes in all shapes and forms. Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. The racism is up and alive. I work very hard all day, and my muscles are sore, but that's a good sign. And I think I'm officially ready to work in warehouse, because I'm working so hard, carrying heavy cans and so forth. And yeah, getting there, getting there. There was no muscle there at all when I was really, I've gained more muscle here, but basically over here it's getting, it's getting there. Carrying all the heavy bottles and so forth in my backpack is like a weight training regimen. So that's a good thing that counts. Ooh, my back is hurting, my legs are hurting. It's hurting here and here, which is normal when you carry heavy items in your backpack. It's a better workout, which is good. And that's the main thing that counts. Keep healthy, keep strong. And things can be traumatic. We all do fall down. We're human. And yeah. For indigenous people, especially those in residential schools and Six Scoop and so forth, it is very hard to understand for outsiders. There are so many people new coming to Canada, a lot of them don't understand the trauma. And there's a lot of good ones. There are a lot of people who are absolutely wonderful people. There are a bunch of people who will give me a bunch of bottles, and another group that gives me another bottles, and they rock. You guys make rich. Thank you so much for your kindness and chatting with me. And also give me a bunch of cans, knowing that we're all struggling. We all have problems. We all have trauma. And no matter what anybody says, we have some sort of addiction in one form or another. Whether it be drinking, smoking, drugs, Facebook, YouTubing, anything. Eating, exercising can be addiction as well. We all can be addicted to something. That's the thing. Especially this day and age when there's so much things going wrong. And these people insist when I walk by as a stranger that they don't even know me. All these name callings are I'm getting used to now. Um, yeah, just really sad, but I assure you, racism is alive and well out there, unfortunately. Anyways, for me, it's been a big day, like I said. Big workout, my arms are killing me. Gotta keep the arms strong, the legs strong. My lower back hurts a bit from carrying such a heavy load in my backpack early on, but it's a good workout. It's a good workout. Who needs a gym? There are ways without needing a membership for a gym. There are natural ways to do it without a gym membership. Like, if you don't get cans and bottles, get a big backpack, put a bunch of rocks in backpack and take a walk, and then do the movements of working out with a heavy backpack, you know, and it will be a good workout. Look at me. Heavy wine bottles in my bag. 8 or 10 of them in my bag. You know how much that weighs? That weighs a lot. It's a good workout. The only thing I'm like all these people gossiping about me, the neighbor who hangs around these people down near the grocery store in Vanier, all they do is sit there and drink, and he gossips, they gossip. There are a lot of bad ones who gossip. And that's all they do. They're lazy, that's all they do, unfortunately. I work hard, I cut cans, and I do my best to keep in shape. There was a point in time when I used to hang out with them, but that is not my thing. I understand the homeless, and they could make their lives better, but it's their decision. And unfortunately, that's not me. That's not me. It's a good thing. I'm always active, and I always plan to be active. I plan to be strong. In our 50s, especially, we have to take care of our bodies, keep our muscles strong. We need more protein in our system once you turn 50. Also, you need more calcium, magnesium, vitamin D to absorb the calcium. Calcium alone will not absorb. You need vitamin D and or magnesium to help absorb the calcium in combination. But we're getting off topic again, going to health issues now. But the racism is alive and well, unfortunately. 14 racist comments when I came back to Ottawa in the Vanier Hood. Unbelievable. And that nurse there on the bus saying these things, I'm not sure if she was degrading Indigenous people. Native drunk came out of her mouth, and Indigenous prostitute came out of her mouth too. And she was a nurse. She's going back and forth in French and English, so she better not be bad mouthing and bashing off Indigenous people. There are a lot of newcomers to Canada who are in the nursing career, and they have to be trained to know about the trauma and show more respect and not to bash people down because we all have problems. There are a lot of people who have drinking problems. People have jobs of all colors. Doesn't matter which color we are. Why are they targeting British people and calling us native drunks, native whores, or whatever? When there are people of all colors who are 10 times worse than some of us. Why? You have to use a head. Am I the only one using my head? These people are ignorant, very ignorant. And in a lot of cases, some of them are very hypocritical. Hypocrites. Because as they say that about somebody who's just walking by minding their own business, they're there. Hypocrites. And that is a sad thing about what this world is coming to. It's very sad, you know. It's very sad. And then defamatory remarks made against me, as I said before. The thing is, I'm gonna have to try to train myself not to get so ticked off about that. Outside, it happens all the time. In my apartment, I do not tolerate it. It's a quiet night tonight, thank God, for a Sunday evening. But yeah, so far. But for how long, I do not know. I am getting used to all the racist remarks toward me and so forth. When you come home and try to escape the situation, when home is supposed to be home sweet home. It's supposed to be home sweet home. But I'm glad I'm talking to the guys. That is the main thing that counts. So yeah, we have to enjoy the summer. We have to try to help each other. And we all have problems. We all have trauma, one form or another. I mean, besides the assaults, the abuse, and we all have problems. We all had an accident. We all been abused. We all had bad incidents. But it is very different for different cultures. And if all people come in Canada, it's a shock to the system coming from one place to another. But they have to understand about Indigenous rights, Indigenous history, and the trauma we've been through. And there's quite a few of them who are ignorant about that, unfortunately, who badmouth natives and Indigenous people and make fun of them. There are good ones and there are bad ones. But education needs to be established with immigrants coming in. There's a lot of them who are good, very good. Make witch for those ones. They're the strong ones. Unfortunately, a lot of them make fun of us too as well and take advantage. Well, not take advantage, but make fun of us. And racism is alive in their verbal vocabulary in public, unfortunately. So those people need more education about the trauma we've been through and cause more trauma for those who are already suffering from trauma with their racial remarks. That's the thing that needs to be established in society in Canada today. More education needs to be done. Drug dealers need to be taught about other things too, not to give ODs to people. And that's another story for another time as well. So we'll talk about the OD crisis another time. Right now, we're talking about racism and newcomers Canada. There are a lot of good ones, but there are some bad ones who openly make fun of us, which is not right. Downtown Main Street, I've seen someone yelling at, I think she was Inuit, I'm not sure, but he was yelling her, calling her racial names. She was drinking though, mind you, and she was getting angry. I don't blame her. Who wouldn't get angry? Show some respect. And he said he was saying to her that she was a drunk, but he was drunk too, drinking like crazy too, which makes him a hypocrite. Gaslighting her. Let's put it that way. He was gaslighting her. And he had no right to do that to her. He had no right to call her a drunk when he was a drunk too. Gaslighting her and watching her rile up. That's the thing I'm talking about. We all have problems. Instead of being condescending, gaslighting us, making fun of us, and brutalizing us, there has to be more understanding and more compassion and no more name calling. Because all the trauma we've been through, we don't need to walk by without a comment of, oh, native prostitute, indigenous prostitute, or indigenous drunk or whatever, native drunk. When they don't even know us at all. When I walk by and they say that to me, They don't know my name. They don't know where I live. They don't know what I'm doing. They see me cutting cans. Duh. Stupid, for one thing. It's just unbelievable. And it's stupid. Totally stupid. Those people drink the hard drinks. Oh, God. I can't do that. Don't even think about it. You have so many other people drinking 10 times worse than me. There's a functional alcoholic, and there's the alcoholic that can't function in society. And they come in all shapes and forms. So the thing is, more education has to be done. Newcomers in Canada, there's a lot of them I will cross the line for, and they'll cross the line for me. And you guys know who you are. You guys rock. And then the other ones who join the bullies, join the bad crowd, and make fun of us and bully us and make racist remarks. Those are the ones who need more education. In order to adapt in Canada, we do not need we don't need that. And if you mess with me, technically you can be charged for verbal harassment, defamation, sexual harassment, you name it, just to name a few. And everyone has phones, everyone records in public. It is a right. So we have no need to be defamed in any way for no reason at all, just by walking by. So that's the thing. Stand up for your rights, my friends. Get up, stand up for your rights. Because I'm not the only one who drinks on and off sometimes. There are people who drink from 7 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m. There are people who drink vodka. There are people who drink moonshine. There are people who drink 10 times worse than me. And these total strangers call me a native drunk. Or casual encounters here and there sometimes. No right to judge. No right to make racist remarks. So that's my message for tonight, my friends. Make which things are tough. We have problems. And take care on this beautiful Sunday evening. There's a nice little festival going on right near here. And want to check out the fireworks maybe? It's going to end around 11 and fireworks before then. Excellent music. I love the music there. And yeah. It's thrown through the cans I got from Quebec to Ontario. It can be a mix and so forth. But yeah, I'm keeping busy. And I'm keeping strong. So take care, stay safe. Get a good support system if you need it. Bullies won't be bullies anymore. And we have to work together to coexist peacefully and not be bullied and have anyone defame our name. Stop the drug dealers, stop the drug running, stop the human trafficking. Those are the predators we have to deal with. Make wish, my friends. Take care. Have a great night.